Hello, everyone. The best way to start out, what AAA means to me anymore just means someone threw a lot of money at this game, and that's it. Literally, people just threw a lot of money at this game and say, hey, this is totally worth it, guys. It totally is. And then we all just look at the game, and usually half the time it's trash. What does AAA mean to you, Fable?
I I honestly don't know because I never really cared for the whole AAA thing, if I'm honest. So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It's just games used to be it was a mark of quality or quantity or something. Now it's not even that. It's a mark of how much money someone put into it.
And the
Or
and the sad part is, even if they put in a lot of money, it still comes out as a broken mess. Look at Ubisoft.
yeah, listen, it doesn't matter how good your characters looks if the game barely runs and if the gameplay isn't fun.
Before we get started on this
Yeah,
video,
because at
this
some
episode
point,
of Bricky Brings
Ubisoft.
You Content
I
is
think at one point they literally
brought to
released
you
one of
by
their
my
AAA
sponsor,
games in early
Bespoke
access, and it's
Post.
just like,
Bespoke Post is
you're a AAA studio. What are you releasing early
a
access
monthly
bullshit?
membership
That's
club
Yeah,
what?
delivering a box of all
What?
kinds of
it's
It's like, wow.
Ubisoft. It's very clear that the higher up execs are so far removed from normal people like you and I that they just can't see anything besides trying to squeeze out every little cent from us.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard, but apparently they want to. There's a leak with Ubisoft's new game. They wanted to essentially give like release a battle pass for a solo player game, and I'm like, you want to get so much money? You're releasing a battle pass for a single player game. That is that is disgusting.
Let me put it this
That is
way.
extremely disgusting.
I have a friend who's super into Assassin's Creed. He's not even buying the games anymore.
Yeah.
of various
He's not.
items from
It's
top
just
shelf and
bad.
under the radar brands. It's completely free to join, and every month they introduce their members to cool different products, things like outdoor gear, barware, kitchen goods, clothing, and even more. All of this entirely based on a preference quiz that you fill out when signing up. The lineup changes every month, but each
Ooh.
box of awesome has around $70 in value, but you only pay a fraction of the price. In fact, 90% of the products in
Hello.
Hello, I'm I. I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm,
We're reacting to stuff.
Are you reacting to stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, this is the perfect time for me to send it to you. Then.
Send what?
My evil plans.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
what it is.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna keep
in
focusing
bespoke
on this
posts
video.
come from small brands, many of which are right here in the US. And what should be made clear is that while you can sign up and take the quiz, you don't owe any money until you decide to pick a box. You only pay for what you want. And before it gets shipped to you, you
Nice.
can even decide if you want to keep it, swap it for a different box, or skip the month entirely for absolutely no charge. Throughout this ad, you've seen me unboxing 3 of the boxes I chose. The 3 I specifically went with were the Concentrate, Explore, and Wabi Sabi boxes.
Wabi
Concentrate
Sabi.
because I have a crippling caffeine addiction and anything new coffee sounds lovely to me. Explore because despite the fact that I am in busy suburban SoCal, we do have plenty of different fun trails and hiking areas you can go
Nice.
through. And Wabi Sabi because sushi is my favorite food of all time. That is one of the more Californian things I can say, but hey, I know who I am. I will certainly be using the things
what
I
is
got from
this?
these 3 boxes. And if you would like to get your first ever box of
What is this? What the heck?
awesome, and not only that, but get it
What
for
the heck did you just
20%
send me?
off. Click the link in the description and enter code.
Well, I'll let you know it's copyrighted music, so it's
Okay.
all good.
Okay, let me. Oh, this is just the little me dancing.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it.
That's fine. Maybe I'll put that on YouTube. We'll see where that goes.
Oh.
Anyway,
No, I literally I have a better idea for it. But, like, it's a little far-fetched right now because it's too early.
hey, do what you want. You have my full blessing, so.
No, okay, you want to see what I did for Platy? Oh, look what I did for Platy. I drew everything by hand.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
See,
Oh
this
my
is why we
God.
can always get you for quality emotes, am I?
I mean, I don't know if you call that quality, but I say it's one of my best art pieces.
Oh boy.
Go to Bricky20
Honestly,
at
it's one of
checkout
the
or
best.
go to bespokepost.com/Bricky20. Thanks
I
again
was
to
gonna
Bespoke
do a
Post for
Thanksgiving
sponsoring
one
this
for Platy,
video.
but
Head on
he
over
was
to the
too
link
flat
in the
for it,
description
so
to
I
get
just
20%
gave
off
up a
your
little
first
bit.
box with code Bricky20.
I was gonna
Hello,
turn him into a turkey.
Oh.
everybody.
I
My
don't
name
want
is
to
Bricky.
play with an apple now,
Currently,
but it didn't work
well,
out.
feeling a little whelmed. Not overwhelmed or underwhelmed, but just whelmed. I stand here in front of the green screen I painted on my closet wall, thinking to myself,
What?
Yeah, that.
this is certainly one of the days of all time. $70. $70. It's a lot of money. It's also like not
Oh dear, what just happened? Oh, nothing important.
a lot of money. I recall a conversation I had with a friend on the discussion of the $100 bill and how it is simultaneously a lot of money and almost no money. $100 is a decent amount of groceries, a nice dinner date for you and someone special, a refilling
Yeah.
a lot of cleaning supplies around the house, or even a lot of essential bits of clothing like simple name brand underwear, socks, t-shirts. You can get a lot for $100, but it's
Yeah.
also not even a month's worth of electricity, a fraction of rent, and just
Yeah.
barely covering a full tank of gas in 2023.
It's not even covering a full tank of gas for me. Like, not even close.
And over the past
Well, actually, no, $100. For some reason, I thought $10. Actually, that would be over full.
5 years, even the $100 that meant a lot feels like it's meaning less and less with rising
Yeah,
inflation,
inflation.
more wages, and a housing market that is at best infuriating and at worst unfixable. Along with the
Yeah.
price of basically everything else, video games
Video games honestly shouldn't have gone up in cost because the quality has not gone up. Honestly.
Yeah, it's actually starting to go down. That's sad.
Hi, Stable.
I've been here the whole
You didn't realize he was here?
No, well, I didn't realize he's like here. I know he's here.
Bye.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, but Matt wants me to react with him, so I'm trapped. All I want to do is
God.
take
Oh
pictures
no.
and try to
He
figure out
got
how
you in
to.
the basement.
Oh
No.
my
He
god.
did.
Is he
Everyone-
feeding you?
No,
Oh
I
my
have to
god.
survive. I have to survive
how
on what the rats
would
bring
you?
me.
The least you
Horrible.
could do is get him his favorite food.
I don't even know what his favorite food is.
Never ask.
You never tell.
You never asked. Like, how could you?
Oh my god.
You're a terrible kidnapper. I mean,
are
VTuber
also
now.
increasing in
That's right.
cost, going from the $60 they have been
God.
for over a decade to $70 for the quote
$7 is too
AAA
much.
game. This recent price jump has been made extremely known to us as its reveal was superset between the release
Yeah, making it cost more just makes people buy less. Especially, it makes people more cautious when you jump up the price of something.
of a game that couldn't be
I'm
played
honestly
and a
still kind
game
of
that
upset about the fact that Nintendo of all things decided to make Tears of the Kingdom $70. Because
Oh.
when I saw that, I'm like, I kind of never really jumped on the bandwagon of hate on Nintendo products, but like, the Switch games aren't worth $70, guys. It was fine
Yeah.
at 60, maybe 50 at best, but Not
Yeah.
70. Anything but 70.
I will say one thing also. How should I put this? A lot of the games aren't worth $70. Like Space Marine 2, oh, I can make the probable argument it's worth $70. Other games, not
Yeah.
so much.
Nobody went.
Like no one's gonna say Dragon Age: The Veilguard was worth $70. Nobody. Even if you like or support that game for whatever reason, you're not going to say that.
To play. Which now leads us to a discussion. What should a $70 game really be? Or better yet, what is a AAA game that is worth such a price point? Because
I always
my
wait
entire
for
life,
sales.
games have been priced at either $50 or $60. From
Yeah.
as young as I can remember playing video games, they were like $50. But a quick Google search says that roughly around 2006, they started retailing for $60. This would have
Okay.
made me 11 years old. Or in Call of Duty release time frame scale, a year before COD 4. That's how I remember video game years, is COD release dates. It's all off the top of my head right now. Ghosts 2013, Modern Warfare 2 2009, Black Ops 2 2012. It just it's all
Really?
there.
Huh.
So that means we
That's a
haven't had a
certain kind of
general
way.
price increase for about 17 years. It's not to say there haven't been ways to get more money out of games, of course. Deluxe
Oh, dear
editions, promising in-game
God.
items going for up to $100 or more. DLC
Still insane that they are willing to do that. DLC can be arguable depending upon what the DLC is.
Yeah,
or
but
as they used to say.
did you see what happened with Outlaws? How they basically were like, yeah, so for $100 and something you can get some DLC, but it's not even good DLC. It's just like, no, never mind.
No,
So,
no.
ridiculous.
I'm good. I'm good.
Expansions
Yeah, I'm
and
good
other
too.
microtransactions.
I'm not spending
insulated a lot
$100
of
for
the
a game I'm never gonna-
$60 purchases, which. Hot take? I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised the $70 price tag didn't come sooner. If we look at it from a pure inflation standpoint, $60 in 2006 is almost $90 today. Plus, it's not
Ooh.
like the cost of making games has stayed the same.
Yeah.
Games are made by people like you and me. And to say that their wages haven't also needed to go up to facilitate a more expensive economy.
Let's be honest, their wages are not going up. These are all going to the execs. Completely.
Yeah, and the thing
unedited.
is, a lot of we all know that a lot of companies hire some people. Then when they get to a certain point, they fire them, get new people, fire them all over again. There's no wages going towards the people. In fact, they're losing their jobs quickly. And the executives and the shareholders, which I still don't understand why shareholders need to be a part of gaming companies, want more money. I think you guys make enough money, you criminal scum.
I literally say that they don't care if they see number go up. If number stay still, they freak out. They want number go up, and they freak out a lot when number go down.
Yeah,
Because
it's stupid.
They're that stupid.
Economy would be generally incorrect. Ironically, when you look at it in relative terms, video games have actually gone down in price over the years, staying the same cost for a while costing more to make, while not adjusting for inflation, which would make sense why there have been such an absolute abundance in microtransactions and
Dear
upsells
God, I
to
still
make up
hate
the
them.
difference. So our new price point at $70 has been created, and let's be real, none of us can stop it now. The precedent has been set, and every major public.
I feel like we can because there's a lot of indies and other games that aren't going to 70.
But the problem is this, Mac. I get your point, but like a lot of companies though only listen to other companies. Like check out what's going on with certain trends. Like when Fortnite became popular, everyone started jumping on that bandwagon. When
but
Tears of
here's-
the Kingdom did an open world thing, everyone joined in on that too.
Here's the problem I have, Fable. We're heading to a bubble, and it's going to burst for them, and they're going to freak the hell out and try to do whatever they can to please the customer now, because we are actually really heading to the bubble bursting for them. They know it. They want to stop it by trying to squeeze out as much money as they can right now, but they know they're going to have to revert at some point.
Yeah, the only problem is I don't know. We got people like literally Elon Musk trying to open up a gaming company that's using AI, and he wants to buy
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. It's just like we're really stagnating right now, guys. We're not moving forward. We're actually falling apart.
The one
Depressing.
good I will say the one part that is moving forward, though, do you know what it is, Fable? Indie. So games won't die. If AAA does die, it won't be the only games out
Publisher
there.
is just happy that someone else did it first, so they don't appear to be the boogeyman. I will go out and say I don't mind that the new price of
Okay, I'm
AAA
gonna leave you
games
guys
is
to analyze.
$70.
My
Okay.
friends are playing pranks on me, so
Okay, I'll see you later, I might.
I'll see you guys later.
Have fun.
Bye.
There you go.
I was astonished it remained $60 for as long as it did. But I
Yeah.
will say two things. One, I should not be your base metric.
Yeah.
Thanks to the success of this channel, the sponsors
Yeah.
I have, streams I do, and lovely community like yourself that shows up and watches these videos and buys merchandise at orchid8.com. I am doing very, very well for myself. I am not
Yeah.
the average person. I am not the working class. So my $70.
At least he's willing to say that. Like, some people aren't willing to say that, but goddamn, he's right.
Streamers are not willing to say that.
Most streamers aren't. I will say that I am definitely the working class because I get only like a small amount of money, and that money is put forward to funding that video game and making sure that I keep living, because I don't make enough to, well, keep going, because I also have family members that constantly need money. Anyway, besides me welching about my life,
Honestly, I'm sadly running out of hobos to fight in my fight club.
oh my god, what the hell? That came out of left field.
is very different than your
Listen, I'm
$70.
not exactly working class right now, but I'm hobo fighting people, so it's okay.
So you're fighting class now. You've changed classes. You've changed job classes.
Yes.
I wish
And
we
it
could have
does
worked
me
that joke into a funny video,
Good
but we
to
didn't.
constantly remind myself of that.
Don't worry, we
And
will.
two,
Oh
the
my
game
God.
has to be worth $70 fucking
do it.
dollars.
Yeah, this is the big thing. Most of the games that are priced at $70 aren't worth $70.
Redfall is not worth $70. Jedi
Nope.
Survivor on PC should not be $70. I should
It's
not have
not.
to pay $70 for a broken game with the
Yeah.
hope it'll be fixed later. You don't pay for a car and have the dealers say, yeah, all the tires are popped and it has no windshield, but it'll be fixed at some point. When?
Yeah.
In the future. When in the future?
When will then be now?
Now, soon.
How soon?
If I can make a blanket statement today, it's this. I don't give a shit if your game is $10, $40,
Yeah.
$70. It's a fucking product. I don't
Yeah.
sell people half a goddamn shirt. I don't care about your deadlines. Don't sell me something broken. Lick
Yeah.
your wounds, post your cyberpunk delay image, and fix your shit before it comes out. Swallow
Pretty
your
much.
pride and speak to whoever ran the PC port for God of War 2018, because that game can run on my fucking Tamagotchi. Of course, I speak to the publishers more than anything. I do not fault the individual devs.
Yeah.
I fault the unrealistic deadlines and management of those above them. Your game needs to work. Yeah? Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. Management. Yes, management. Next part of the script.
This is why I'm actually looking forward to, like, big VTuber or YouTubers making their own, like, gaming companies and supporting them financially, because they're actual gamers.
I do kind of agree with that, but I also kind of don't. See, here's the thing. There was a group of YouTubers I watched that literally made their own game,
Mhm.
and it failed really quickly because they played for a while, but it got no updates. It was abandoned. It's just like, if
Oh, no.
YouTubers are gonna do projects, they have to stick to it, because
Yeah.
if not, it's just a cash grab. And that game was literally a cash grab, and it pisses me off because they only played for it for a little bit. It stopped getting updates, and I'm pretty sure they tried. I don't know the full story. Chances are the studio didn't want to work with them, but at the same time, it's just like, no,
I
you did
do
a
also,
cash
I also
grab. Accept it.
I also saw something good that devs can do, which is post updates and have someone edit videos for them to, like, show what they're making as a video game, which I saw a dev doing, and he's actually taking, like, responses and what ideas that people have for the game and getting them working, and I'm happy for him. I hope he gets to keep doing that, because, you know, that ad revenue will help him. Like, keep funding the game.
They are such babies. I am going to leave them in there.
Management that seems to be present in the AAA industry more than most others. Those that are at fault, I refer. Because this whole thing begs another main question. What even is AAA game? Why'd I say it that way? What even is AAA game? What is AAA? What even is a AAA game anymore? Not only what it is, but once it's defined, is it even a sustainable concept? Like the line...
It doesn't feel like it anymore, really. I'll be honest.
Between AAA game and the rest of the world's products is getting constantly blurred. For many, AAA is a standard of quality. An example of this would have been Blizzard a few years back. Blizzard games were notoriously high quality. Often their idea...
At one point, yeah, not anymore. Dear God.
Blizzard has fallen.
Yes.
We have lost the world of Warcraft.
Yeah. No king reigns forever, Fable. What's so funny?
I can't believe I'm Arthas. No.
Yes.
Ideas weren't the first, but they were something that was really
Also, we've
nailed
somehow
down.
got this video up to 20 minutes already. Holy shit.
It kind of made me have this feeling of like the Apple of video games, where nothing Apple does is particularly brand spanking new and crazy new technology, but they tend to make the things they do make really polished.
Yeah.
Overwatch 1 was a great example of this. When it came to the individual aspects of Overwatch, everything felt rather pristine. The UI was smooth and transitioned well. The character designs looked unique, and the animations were crafted in a way that felt as if industry veterans were making them. Graphics, too, play a part in this. Not photorealistic per se, but its own special feeling and art style. The game was also relatively bug-free. I don't remember encountering any bugs in the launch of Overwatch. And my only real issue was the server capacity, but even then, like, I kind of get it. I still got a ton of games in regardless.
True.
We have quality. Right. Another thing to be associated with AAA is the size of the games. What are you offering? How much content is there? If we take a trip back and we think about Halo Reach, like that game was jam-packed for what it had.
Yeah, Halo Reach was amazing.
8-hour campaign that can
By the way, me and Fable will be playing Halo Reach over on Twitch at some point.
played normal or co-op, Firefight, a co-op horde game mode, a fully fledged multiplayer with a ton of customization, maps, and game modes, Forge, a massive map customizer that could be a game in itself, and custom games. The hilarious game modes that were played from the maps you made in Forge.
We love doing
that. This was a massive game. The sheer volume of content to be played is staggering, truly staggering. So we have A, quality, B, size, and finally C, the name. And we can't pretend as if the name isn't a huge part of what makes a game AAA. Your studio could be 40 people or 400 people, but if I slap
if there's a big name behind it,
Blizzard on it, Electronic Arts or Naughty Dog, it's going to be taken as if it's a AAA title. And this extends to people working on it. If you have Troy Baker voicing your lead, that means something. If Laura Bailey or Jennifer Hale are contracted, it assumes you have money to spend. Money smaller companies simply don't have. The industry is all names at the end of the day anyway. Right? So those are your three ABCs of AAA: quality, size, and names. The building blocks of a major AAA release video game. Or are they? Day by day, 1, 2, or even all three of these factors are being abandoned. It's not uncommon for a game to be missing some or all of the building blocks, yet still masquerade itself as AAA video game. Let's look at Cyberpunk when it came out, right? Size? Absolutely there. Present in all its glory. Name? 100% CD Projekt Red. Well respected. Quality?
Nope.
An absolute failure. A cautionary tale on the very concept of...
I will give them this, that they at least fixed it. I actually do have this game and it's a lot of fun.
Pre-ordering a title. It lives in infamy, despite the fact that it's okay now. But I didn't buy Cyberpunk for it to be okay now. Apex Legends. Names, EA and Respawn. I mean, that pulls weight. Quality, a bit iffy on that one. Game constantly breaks, servers have issues often, and I've encountered my fair share of bugs and cheaters. Size? I don't think so. There are a few maps, sure, but for the most part, it's one big game mode and a couple side modes. It lacks a campaign, and any co-op mode that its predecessor,
I miss
had
Titanfall
both of.
Fable.
Now, Apex is not a $60 game, but they shove microtransactions into you so often. The amount of horrendously expensive events that it hits you with day in and day out, and still having loot boxes in 2023. Good God, even Blizzard abandoned those in Overwatch 2. Their solution isn't much better, but goddamn. And we don't even need to cover Redfall.
We don't
even
need to
cover Redfall. All right, all I had going for it was the name Arcane. The rest is an evident failure. In fact, Arcane is a question in itself. Is that considered a AAA studio? It has a AAA publisher behind it now, Bethesda, but a game like Prey, which is a personal favorite of mine, feels extremely AAA, but it doesn't have a big name or big size. It's entirely a product of quality. I mean, League of Legends is the biggest game in the world, and all you do is load onto the game map day in and day out, and you break your computer when Yasuo outplays you under the turrets.
I'll say this right now, every time I ask a friend if I should play League of Legends, they say no. Repeatedly.
So this ABC, quality, size, and name building blocks we've created are already falling apart. The shooter games of 2010s with the campaign, multiplayer, and co-op mode isn't a good metric to go by anymore. And we can't just use made by X company anymore either. I am a look back and I see Ghost of Tsushima and Hades, my top 2 games for that year. One by Sucker Punch Studios and the other by Supergiant Games. Ghost of Tsushima has all the hallmarks of being
a really good game.
Carries tons of talent, has a grand scale and quality to match. It is a genuine treat to play and replay. But Sucker Punch Studios is not a group that some of you might even be familiar with.
I know them from Infamous.
I'm a 27-year-old man and I'm about to break into this bit. You youngsters out there don't realize Sucker Punch Studios made the Infamous games. Super underrated titles back in the Xbox 360 era. That was a time. See, Sucker Punch carried a lot of weight back then, their name. Hades, though, puts AAA stuff to shame. It hits all 3 building blocks easily with its quality, length, and name recognition. But Supergiant is a tiny-ass studio. How does one call them AAA at the end of the day? Is it the price point? I would have paid $70 for Hades. The amount of hours I put in that game and the quality of it is insane. But it's made by Supergiant, teeny little studio, and it only costs dollar amounts. I don't remember how much it costs. Skater, put that right there, please.
Only about $25.
Can do stuff better than the big names can. Like Supergiant is a constant reminder that quality is not just budget, but also talent. Individual talent from devs. They're putting out games that run flawlessly and can feel like pieces of art. So many people think that like making a video game, being a dev is just plug and play, like just code it this way. Just formulate it.
Everything has to work exactly. It's literally like building a house, a different house in a different area each and every time.
This way, just balance it this way. And it's like saying, yeah, it's easy to play basketball. Just do what LeBron does. Building a game is a skill, and being a dev means that you are good at that skill, but there are devs that are better at skills than others. Supergiant has accumulated this group of devs that are, while small, really fucking good at their jobs. Owlcat Games.
Owlcat?
Man. Pathfinder and that new Rogue Trader game that I actually got a chance to demo, which...
Wait, they made those? That's cool. We need to play that. We need to play that Rogue Trader game together at some point.
Really good, and I think people are going to be really happy with that one. Yeah, please. If you wanted to, you'd be on these titles for genuine years with almost no reasons to put them down. Hell, I'm playing this game right now called Moonbreaker by Unknown Worlds, creators of Subnautica. It's a turn-based multiplayer game where you can control little miniatures that you can paint and fight other opponents and their lists.
This sounds like a game that would be perfect for a modded version of any of those tabletops. I never heard of this game. This actually seems cool.
Warhammer Kill Team, a bit XCOM, and a bit Mechanicus, all wrapped into one. Thing is, the voice talent they have is astounding. Over and over, I hear voices I constantly recognize, either from games like League and Overwatch, or just, you know...
It's all
This is Matt Mercer.
This Matt
Moonbreaker
Mercer's
is
here.
an amazing game, okay? That's probably my subject for my next video, and I'm terrified. The player count right now is not very high, but oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. But going back from there, there's the question again, right? What even is a AAA game anymore? All the things that are synonymous with AAA can either be done as well or better
That's
by
why
a smaller
AAA is
company, or
dying.
games
Because people don't trust these studios anymore. They always look at reviews now, and especially not from, like, they don't look at reviews from, like, IGN or whatnot. They look at reviews from YouTubers they trust.
that used to be considered AAA
Because you can't even trust those guys anymore because they're getting paid by these developers.
are plummeting and failing
the
at that very
publishers.
job. So I ask again for the 40th time this video, what even is a AAA game anymore? Google says it's a game with a big budget, made by a name brand publisher. That's not what it used to be, but that's what it's become. AAA back then meant a type of game, a big studio game with lots of content, great quality, and name brand talent. Now it's a game with lots of money with a good studio. The entire concept of AAA, of AAA quality has changed. It's in a weird way a house of cards. To be a high-profile game made by a big publisher is to submit yourself to the extreme gamble, because to make that, you need a high budget. And that budget isn't exclusively being used on the game. There's a great video on Casper mattresses made by YouTuber Modern MBA, will link in the description, which explains the absolutely astonishing amount of money spent on advertising that direct-to-consumer companies often spend. Often a lot of the Silicon Valley venture capital people, the tech bro is like the new dollar jock at this point. They find themselves in the video game industry seeing either a quick buck or the next major thing to invest in. But investing in America isn't just about getting a little bit more money back. It's never-ending increases in profits.
Yeah, they want nothing but they're never content. They always just want more. That's all they ever want, is more and more and more.
To be profitable isn't enough. If you had 25% more profits one year, the next has to be 35. Being 15
insane.
isn't acceptable, despite the fact that you're still making money over your cost. I know I have some fans in the game industry, and I feel like even in the smaller studios, the amount of higher-ups that just have a ton of money, but no idea what making a game is like is prevalent. The amount of times you're forced under horrible deadlines, terrible working conditions, and God knows what video game company culture, because a whole bunch of dudes from San Francisco with a trust fund their dad gave them is now flushing full your company with capital. And now you gotta do what they say. But that number has to keep going up and up and up.
And it can't. It can't. It's the sum cost fallacy.
$60 is one thing. Then you release a sequel every single year. Then you add microtransactions to it, loot boxes, a mobile port. You make deadlines smaller so games come out faster. And when all that fails, you fire hundreds of staff to make up the difference and up the price. All of this is not in pursuit of making really good video games. It's in pursuit of a golden goose. Why would we make Titanfall 3? When we could make a free Battle Royale game that has ridiculously expensive in-game events every single month and still has loot boxes in 2023. And even if we do make a classic, lovely, single-player story game for $70, it will have a deluxe edition, and it will be broken at launch. You know, I'm not a console war person. I don't much care, but Sony still finds a way to make games that actually feel like they're worth the cost and turn a profit. God of War, both of them, mind you, are exceptions that prove a rule. They're a look into what AAA gaming used to be. No, is supposed to be. In a weird way, I wonder if it's a blessing. If the AAA industry is eating itself alive with unrealistic deadlines, massive CEO bonuses, and poor employee treatment, will that blend the line between indies and major publishers? I don't see high-profile games sitting with overwhelmingly positive on Steam, okay? Just one.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
It's Outer Wilds, Signalis, Deep Rock Galactic, Stardew Valley, and so on.
All of these.
Indies, or AA games, whatever you want to call them, are the ones that can be as good, if not better, than anything high profile. And all they lose is the ability for photorealistic graphics, which is no longer a selling point like it used to be. And
those are no longer a selling point. Because all they do is just up the graphics and say, oh, this is amazing. Look at it. You can see perfectly.
What is price worth to you? You, specifically. $70, $40, $20.
You have to be a damn good game, and you have to prove that you're a damn good game in order for you to give me that to get my
even looking
$70.
to get out of it. Like for some, it's just hours. $1 per hour of game time, I hear some say. Now, these are often those like me who are so deep in the Destiny grind we forgot what sunlight is. Maybe
Hello, Fable. You have returned.
it's narrative
I've been
fulfillment,
here, I
a
just don't know
strong
what to
story
say
with good
to some of
characters,
this.
Witcher
I
style
know,
game.
it's kind of just sad, really.
Or a Last of Us. Competition, ranked ladders, skill ceiling, Street Fighter, CSGO, or just fun like Mario Kart or Overcooked. The line between it all is being blurred. Prices fluctuate depending on game. Content fluctuates depending on intention. And AAA is really just a game.
I'm trying to make a game, Fable. I just need more game designers to aid me so that we can one day make this into a reality and make it a fun game for everyone. Fable is one of the people helping me, but he's doing story.
Yes, and the game designers must know that I am a vengeful. I'm a vengeful boss.
Your,
An angry one.
your kobolds will be in the game, Fable. Don't worry.
Game by a
They
big
might get hurt,
studio
though.
with a big marketing budget.
That's the problem.
What
I
it
must be
really
even more
means
vengeful.
at this point,
Oh my god.
it's whatever you make of it. I'm
Yeah.
surprised the industry has survived
That
this
and
long.
if
I
for
feel like if it
whatever
wasn't for a
reason the
multitude of golden
developers
geese,
betray us, I will do angry things at them like cry.
Oh my
then you
Uncomfortably
god.
wouldn't have been
cry.
able to. But
Oh
too
my
big to
God.
fail is a real thing.
It'll be
Bloom's
very
Tower Defense
uncomfortable
taught me
for
that.
everyone
and for
there.
each Redfall
Yeah.
that's put
There's,
out,
the one thing I've learned in this, in especially entertainment industry, there is no such thing as too big to fail. You will all eventually fall if you make
there's
enough crap.
something there to make the money back. I've always wanted to make a video game, you know, but I don't know anything about making a video game.
Then
I have
gather some
ideas,
people.
concepts, but that's about it. I can't animate, rig, code, or draw, but I do have
Then
two
gather
things that
people,
almost
okay?
every other startup doesn't: an audience to advertise to and capital to spend.
I
But
hope he makes a game.
often people with capital to spend are those exact same Silicon Valley guys that seem like they have no idea what they're
That's why you work directly with them. You're always there, like, trying to connect with them, see what the problem is, ask them what's going on. You have to connect with those people. Because you need the people person. You need to be that dude who's just coming in and making sure
doing.
everything's
so finding a way
okay.
to not be one of those guys is a little challenging and something I constantly
He has the same problem that I do, where I worry about, not really the exact same problem, but the worry about narcissism. We worry that we're going to become narcissists, that we're going to be asking too much of these guys.
worry about if I ever do want to make a video game. I may in the future, maybe. If I ever do fulfill that dream, I probably wouldn't do it with investors. I do it with Kickstarter. Oh, nobody money, just have a budget, hire a crew, and do my damnedest. And hopefully I can look back at
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do.
this video and say to myself, glad I wasn't like these guys. But to be
Yeah.
back on topic, a AAA game is something with budget and profile. And in its own right, it does not mean quality. Quality is found for prices other than $70 and by studios that aren't too big to fail. AAA is what you and I make of it. End of story. The old definition is dead and the new one is not satisfactory. So
True.
go out, look for those overwhelmingly positive games on Steam, support your local indie devs, and
Yeah.
also stop releasing broken fucking video games. Please.
Come on.
Well, anything to add to that, Fable?
Vengeful.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much. And if you know any devs that would like to part-time help me with making my game, please get me in contact. I would love to meet these people. My Discord is always open to talk to people. So, thank you all so much for coming by. If you like our stuff, please, please, please keep watching and supporting, because I want to use this money to get this money enough to, by supporting this channel, to basically so that I can fully fund that game and then maybe get a Kickstarter. So, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys later. Have fun, guys.